This is Karen Ranzi of Feel Fabulous with Food and SuperHealthyChildren.com. I want to talk with you today about buying fruits and vegetables, organic fruits and vegetables, on a budget, because you can save your money and save your life and your health by following some of these principles. First of all, just realize what you already are eating. It's really more about what you take out than what you leave in. So if you think about all of the packaged processed foods, they all cost quite a bit of money. I remember when I was eating a lot of processed food, even the vegan processed foods, I would be spending like $11 or $12 on a vegan pizza. And so now that I don't eat that anymore and I'm eating just whole plant foods, I'm saving my money for eating an abundance of fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds and sprouts, and I don't spend my money on the processed foods. So that's one thing. When you take animal food out, when you take out the meat, the fish, the cheese, the chicken, all that stuff, you're saving more money. So when you take out these things, you have more money for the organic fruits and vegetables and the other wonderful raw foods. So that's the first thing, is committing to investing in yourself and your health. I also want to let you know that there are some specific things that you can do to lower your bills. One of them is to look for sales. Whenever I go to a store, whether it be the organic section of a supermarket or a health food store or even the farmer's market, I'm looking for sale prices. So there's a health food store I go to that they have different sales every week. So one week they might have kale, which would normally be like $3 a bag. They might have it for $1.50. I'm going to make a lot of green smoothies with kale that week. And I might use kale in other ways too, such in my raw burgers, or I might make some nice kale salad. And so that's what I would do. I would look for things that are on sale and bulk up on those things. Then another thing is I buy in bulk. So I might buy a whole case of bananas. There's 3 of us here eating bananas and making smoothies, and we don't eat the ice cream, not dairy, and we don't even eat the vegan processed ice creams. I make banana ice cream, and that's really easy to do by just taking bananas, peeling them, putting them in glass Pyrex dishes, and putting them in the freezer overnight. The next day, you can take those frozen bananas and process them up in a food processor for a delicious ice cream, or in a Vitamix or high-powered blender. So what we do is we get bananas in bulk, and sometimes we get other items in bulk. And so in bulk, what I mean is getting them in a case. And so at my health food store where I go to locally, it's a food co-op, they will give me 20% off by buying in bulk. So that's a great tip for you. Also, buying the foods that are the most common and the cheapest foods, buying more of those. Okay, so like, bananas, apples, oranges, those are cheaper than something that is less well known, like mame sapote, which I love, but if I go like to an Asian specialty store, I might buy that, but they're going to be more expensive. So I'm going to bulk up on some of the more common foods to use more. And so this is for, for your raw food eating. You will want to have more of these common foods. Then also growing your own food, okay? In the warmer seasons, having your own garden. Like, that's almost free. Like you're just paying for seeds. And then you're going to grow and harvest your own vegetables, your own fruit even. I do all winter in the Northeast here in the U.S., I have a sprouting counter. So I'm growing my own mung bean sprouts, buckwheat sprouts. I make cereal out of the buckwheat, and I start with these little small buckwheat groats that I get at the health food store. And I soak them overnight, pour out the water next day, rinse them, turn them upside down in a bowl, let them be soaked a couple times a day, just rinsed, for like 2 days until they develop a little tail. And that is food that I can use to make cereal and all kinds of things, or just eat the way that they are. Buckwheat and mung beans. You can grow sunflower greens in trays. You can grow broccoli sprouts, which are super nutritious. You can grow those from seeds in a jar as well. So there's some really simple sprouts that you can grow easily and almost for free right on your counter. So those are some tips that will really keep you going. And then one more thing is that you can go foraging in the wild, maybe even bring a foraging expert with you to learn how to collect wild greens outside and wild fruit. We sometimes go blueberry picking and pick our own blueberries. You can also join a health food store co-op by paying in initially, and then they give you 10%, sometimes 20% off of cases, of produce, of anything in the store. So that's something else to look out for. I belong to the Hungry Hollow Food Co-op, and I paid one time 28 years ago, and I still get 10% off. So those are some of the best tips I can give you. I have way more of them. But if you contact me, you can find out about my events, my classes, my retreats. I give so much information on those. You can see a lot of my events at the events section of superhealthychildren.com. And please subscribe and like this. And also, if you have any of your own tips, please give them below. We would greatly appreciate it. Thanks so much.